Hello and welcome to Let's Invest Right. Guys, my name is Farooq and with me is Essen. Hello and welcome, Essen.
Hi, Farooq. How are you?
I'm very good. First of all, Essen, I would like to congratulate each and every one of those who become our subscribers on YouTube. And recently we have crossed 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, Farooq, for sure. And that's one of the milestones. Obviously, we'll keep on growing, hopefully, and we'll keep on continuing doing our work and coming up with new opportunities for our subscribers.
Guys, it means a lot for us if you're watching us and if you're following our recommendations. We try our level best to let you know those are opportunities, those growth stocks, or in fact all those investments which even has something for you to make in terms of growth. And we do our research on those stocks and then we share those information. Essen, would you like to say anything about it?
Yes, it's been a great journey. We have some of our subscribers really following us. Like, we are in contact, in touch with personally with them, and they are sharing their advices. They are sharing with even some of them are like coming up with opportunities that we should be making videos on those. So we welcome all of these, and it's been like motivating for us. And some people really are asking about advices on particular stocks, whether they should be investing on XYZ and all this. So it's been great.
That's true. Guys, today we are here to discuss about some more opportunities related to travel and tourism stocks. We have seen in last few months, especially since we are in 2021, we have seen tremendous growth, tremendous retracement back of those stocks which were in travel and tourism, which were highly affected due to this pandemic, and which lost their values. However, we have seen a lot of retracement in most of these stocks, whether we have discussed in our previous video about airline industry, and even after that video we have published, we have seen tremendous growth, what we were expecting actually before that video. Be in all those airlines which we discussed last time have seen more than 15 to 20% growth since then. Right, Essen?
That's right, Farooq. See, these stocks are down based on pandemic, right? When the pandemic hit, the stock market like went down and crashed. But still, there are some stocks that have still not reached those pre-pandemic level, and that's why we are identifying the opportunities and coming up with opportunities that this could be like help you in making good returns on these. Similarly, today we'll be coming up discussing about 3 stocks that are related to travel industry that have still not reached pandemic level, and that could double your investments, and in fact more than 2x.
So guys, today we are here to discuss about an industry which was hit really hard, more than airline industry, and it's not back with its fleet. And we're talking about cruise industry. We have seen some unfortunate events during pandemic, especially at the start of pandemic, where we have seen in some of the cruise lines they had multiple deaths within their cruise journey, and almost from all over the world they were facing so many issues, because the way this business runs, they have to go into different countries, they have stopovers there, and that is what all about this cruise industry. But because of this pandemic, as it was contagious, we had seen multiple travel restrictions from all around the world, and people were literally stuck into those companies, cruise lines. So, and then we have seen a tremendous fear which was genuine from people going back to such trips around the world using cruise. We have seen travel restrictions, we have seen CDC taking strict action on those. Now we have many of the cruise liners around the world, but the most famous and the public listed companies are Carnival, which is among one of the topmost companies we are here to discuss about. We have Norwegian Cruise Line, whose stock symbol is NCLH, and we are also here to discuss about Royal Caribbean, RCL. So we have seen them really hitting so hard, and still till date they are not only raising more and more debts in terms of issuing new shares, floating new shares into the market, also taking loans just to keep the business going without revenues. So, Essen.
If yeah, yeah, as you said, without revenues, that's the one of the most important challenges that they are facing, since the crews are like stuck and they are not moving, so they are not able to make revenues. So how they are surviving? There's a big fixed cost, there's operating cost, salaries they need to pay. So that's a big challenge for them. That's why they have been raising more debt and raising more shares, floating more shares, and that's how they will like raise the cash. If they don't raise the cash, they'll get bankrupt. So they have to make sure that they still keep on paying. And once the pandemic is over, like it's still over, like it's still like in with us, and it's something that maybe we have to live without it. If you talk about why these have been stopped, and why the, if you talk about the industry, what's been happening over the like past couple of months. So if you know, internationally the COVID cases have started rising again, like this week, and the stock market went down slightly based on that. So that's one of the concerns, that another could delay further the start of these cruise industries. So on the other hand, the vaccine is out and the vaccine is available. We have been discussing about supply chain issues, but especially in the developed countries, the supply chain has been managed and there is now adequate supply available. And those who are willing to get the vaccine, they are somehow or the other getting it. The other point that I would like to mention here, John Biden, the president of United States, have said by 4th of July, they should be going back to normal, when everything would be back. So that would give opportunity for the crews that have been stuck, like not moving, would like they can go back and start their operations.
Guys, over here, I would like to discuss something more. Now, why are we discussing about cruise, or in our previous video, we have discussed about airline right now? Why we haven't discussed 6 months ago when we started our channel? Because it's very important for us, as our company's name says, let's invest right. We know there was tremendous growth opportunity, yet with a lot of risks. Now we have seen the retracement, which we are going to discuss in terms of it's a graph showing the real-time data, how slowly and gradually it retraced back. Is still not full, with a lot of potentials in coming months. But after doing our due diligence and research, we will be discussing that what are the opportunities still in these stocks, and what are some of the risks still associated with them. So I would like to discuss over here. We have seen, especially stocks like Carnival and NCLH, which was trading in the stock market before this pandemic in the range of 50s or 60s dollar per share, which went, as we will be discussing, of course, in detail, but it went as low as $7 or $8, right?
8.5, that's right. Yeah.
8.5.
So CCL, the Carnival, 8.5, it reached to 8.5 from around $51, $52. So
And
that's
same was for
massive drop.
NCLH.
Correct. It even like same around 8.5. So these stocks, and people were like reluctant to buy and get into this, because at the time when the COVID was around, they were not sure how this pandemic will end, right? Whether when this vaccine will come, when it would be out, when the things would go back to normal. So it was very risky stocks, because airlines would be like the first one to resume the operation. The carnivals or the cruise would be the second one, or the last one, in
Or
fact,
the
you can
last
say.
one, because it comes into the luxurious category. It's not an
Exactly.
essential one. We may have seen business trips going back, which are important, the international trips with lots of restrictions still, but we have seen them starting back, whether it's in US or Europe. And then we have seen multiple lockdowns coming in the past few months, where different countries, based on different health reports, they have taken very important steps, very bold steps. But in cruise industry, as being an investor, what I've seen, when it went as low as $8 or $7, it literally it crashed almost 80-90% or more than that. and then we have seen couple of stages for it to come back. The major stage
Correct.
was seen when the news of vaccine was released a few months ago, and suddenly we have seen in a single trading day like from its lowest at that time, I believe it was $13 or $14, and it went back, retraced back to 20 in 20s or 26, 28, or even 30 when we talk about NCLH and CCL, because they both normally trade in the same dollar value. And also the RCL, Royal Caribbean. So they all were retraced back just with the news of vaccine, because it shows some hope, right?
Yes,
But
Farooq. So, as sorry, just will add one more point here. As you were talking about, so CCL, one of the main cruise players, went down around 84%, and NCLH went down around 86% from its peak in January, when it dropped to 8.5 in March. So you can see that's what the market crash is like. It could make
yes,
your stock went down so rapidly.
so we have seen, of course, these companies were facing financial crunch, and they were to burn a lot of cash each month, not to file for bankruptcies. We have seen not a very bold steps coming from the government in terms of bailouts, because they were not directly listed in US as a companies, but only the stocks. So we have not seen the stimuluses or bailout programs really directly helping them. We have seen a couple of steps by the government of United States for the airline industries, but not for the cruise industry. And as soon as, due to any news, when there was a hike in price, when they were trading at their best during last few months, the same time these companies, especially the Carnival or Norwegian, they were issuing more shares, right? They were
Correct.
diluting more stocks in the industry, because it was a very genuine reason that they need money, they need to raise money. So SN, if you can share the graph of NCLH and CCL, since they are trading normally in the same range. So can you discuss about NCLH, where it
Yes,
went
Farooq.
and how it
So
retraced back?
NCL, yeah, NCLH in the month of January was trading at 59.65. So, and even it reached to like 59.78, as I has said that. But in the month of March, like as the pandemic was coming down, the stock crashed and it reached to 8.78 in the month of March, and then further crashed again to 8.46. So that's around 86% from its top in the month from Jan to March. That's a big jump, big drop, obviously. But currently, the stock is trading at 26.8. Even it last week or so, it reached around 30.7 with the vaccine out and with the cases going down. And the cruise industry asked about reopening of the cruise with the government, but something is still fishy.
So
Like nothing has been finalized. Yes,
from its when it dropped at its lowest, from there till date, what is the, like, if someone would have invested at that time, would have taken risk at that time, what is the percentage they have returned, they have realized their return
it's
till
it's
date?
around it's around 217%
So
if with the current price.
anyone would
So
have,
current,
yes, if anyone would have invested at its lowest, by now they have tripled their money, right? It's into two, into three, already they have made their money.
correct. And I remember you were the first one like saying this should be the industry where we should be going after. I was like, let's wait a bit, Farooq. And then, but you
Exactly.
said, so yeah. So around 200% is the return if till now, if you talk about from the lowest,
So
although
now if
this
we
reached
talk
to
about
30.
what is the opportunity for investor, if now they are willing to take risk, since we have more clarity in terms of, we have vaccine which is out running well, the percentages are good, the ratios of hospitalization is going down. However, unfortunately, we have seen the third wave coming across the globe, and which is not that intense, but yes, now government and all those health departments, they are more more strong against them, not to get them worse. But still, what if we calculate what is the opportunity in NCLH, since we are discussing its stock?
So it's around 122%. If it reached to the pre-pandemic level where it was around
So if we
59 or
buy, if we
$60.
invest right now at 26, then probably it would reach back, if it reaches back 55. And guys, let me tell you, as per my experience, as soon as we are going to have this news, only this news, that the CDC, which is the
Approves.
department, yeah, which is the organization dealing for diseases and prevention in United States, since they have given no sale order across US for these cruise liners, as soon as they would release the sale order for these cruise line, you will see these stocks going back into 40s the same day. That is my prediction, Hassan.
That's right, Farooq. That would happen, because if you look at right now, it's predicted to open the sale order is for November. But as John Biden has said recently about 4th of July, that gives an opportunity, a glimpse of hope for the cruise industry. And if it starts, then these stock will fly for sure.
That's great. And Hassan, if quickly we discuss about CCL, Carnival, and before you discuss the graph, let me tell you guys, we have seen Saudi fund, which is from Middle East. They invest heavily in US stocks. During this pandemic, when this stock was trading at 13, nobody was willing to invest. The Saudi fund has invested a huge amount of money into Carnival, as it is one of the biggest in its industry.
That's right. So the price in the month of January was around 59.8 for CCL, and it went down to as low as 8.49. We are talking about 84% drop from the top to the bottom. That's big. That's massive. And it's currently traded at 26.06.
So approximately the same
gives,
level of return investors
exactly,
if they have invested during
both
that
these
time.
stocks go hand in hand. In fact, if you look at the cruise stocks or the cruise industry, they more or less go in the same directions. If CCL is going in one way, the NCLH will follow it. Yeah. So growth since March is around the same, 200%, 207%. So it's already like 3x of your investments. But if you talk about the current price reaching to that pre-pandemic level, it would double your money. It would be 2x.
Great. And if quickly we discuss about the Royal Caribbean stock,
Yes,
RCL.
the third one, the price is a bit higher in terms of stock. So the same amount of money, you will get less shares, but still the returns could be the same, more or less the same. And the lowest price it reached to is 23.8 from its top, which was $135. So that's around 82%. Again, the shares
So all
have
of
been
them
dropped.
actually dropped to the same percent, from 70 to
Yes,
85. You can
as you were mentioning, exactly as you were mentioning, this is one of the hardest industry that has been hit by pandemic. So if you had invested, if you had invested in 135, you would have lost around 82% of your investments, and you would be like in no man's land and thinking what to do, right? But
but
so the current
opportunity
price
right
is
now
at,
is there. And guys, it among all the travel and tourism stocks, let me tell you very straightforward that this is still is the most riskiest one. If we compare it with the hotel industry, if we compare it with the airline industry or rental industry, the car rental industry, most of them, or the oil industry, we have seen them retracing back almost, I would say, at least 80%. They all retrace back, or some even retrace to the same levels of pre-pandemic. But this is the industry which still has a potential, and it's worth to take this risk. They have seen immense bookings. The demand of this industry is still there, so people are not reluctant in not booking these trips. They have overbookings in upcoming months, and yes, those bookings are some of them are the backlogs of previous bookings which were cancelled, but they have seen new bookings as well. So this industry as a whole, it's a very big industry which is in travel and tourism, and it will be definitely taken care of as soon as it's less risky for people to travel. And once we have no sale order lifted, by the authorities, we will see it coming back to the same level.
That's right, Farooq. Exactly. Just talking about the RCL, just let me finish. If it reaches the highest level, you'll get around 50% returns from the current price. So that's also a great opportunity if you invest. But among the three, the highest return you'll find in NCLH, which is around 122%,
So,
while
Essen,
followed by CCL.
what we are doing in our fund, let's discuss that, guys. We are diversifying our portfolio. We won't take one cruise line and invest everything. Maybe it's giving more return than the other one. It's less riskier than the other one. But the good part is, or less risky part is, that you divide your funds even in the same industry into different companies. So even if one goes down, the other would definitely be supporting you. So guys, we still have opportunity to avail, and Essen, I think I think it's worth to take this risk because this industry has a lot of potential and demand is still there.
Yes, for sure. And you'll see that the governments will not let these industry down. It's a big industry, luxury industry, and these big people would come in because they are the ones who are like using these. They are the consumers for them. So they will not let these industry go down. As you were mentioning, the Saudi funds came in, so other funds would come in as well if needed. But right now, the
And they
company
would
has been
invest
raising funds.
overnight, and even as soon as this news is there, and before anyone would think, the price would be seen a tremendous hike within a day, right? As soon as we
Exactly,
have
exactly.
this news.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe below and press the bell icon. And if you would like to invest into stocks, we have given the link below. You can click on this link and you can join. And definitely we will be coming up with more videos with more opportunities. And thank you very much for watching us. Thank you, Esa.
Thank you.